channel. So today we're going to do my makeup inventory. I do these every 6 months or so, and boy, am I not excited to share this with you at all. I took all of my photos yesterday, I tallied all the numbers up, and it's not looking so good. It's not looking so good. What happened? What happened? What have I done? Let's get into it. This is just a video where we talk about all the numbers, basically, of my makeup collection. I have pictures and whatnot, but yeah. I also will compare where I was to 6 months ago and a year ago, maybe a few years ago, who knows? Yeah, some things have changed and probably for the worse. So let's get into it. Okay, so I always do this alphabetically. So the first one that we have is concealer. 6 months ago I had 9 concealers. I have 10 concealers at this point. I am still working on one to finish in my project pan, but I did end up getting quite a large box of Beauty makeup from my mother for Christmas. It was one of these random boxes and she got it from Amazon, so not everything in the box was something that I would probably go out and buy myself. So regardless of that, I did end up getting a lot of makeup. In that box, I actually ended up getting 2 concealers. So I think what happened was I did finish a concealer. I must have finished or decluttered a concealer because I did end up getting 2 in that box, but it's only gone up by 1. And a year ago I had 9 concealers. So it's kind of sat around the 9 mark up until now where I have 10. So I definitely want to reduce this down. I know my e.l.f. concealer can also be finished very soon this year. I'm working on the Candid, and I'm sure I can finish one other one. Hopefully this year concealer is not a huge concern in terms of me finishing them. Just I do feel like 10 is quite a lot. Next up we've got cream blush. So this one has also gone up. I have 9 at the moment. 6 months ago I had 6, and then a year ago I had 4. What has happened? This one has grown. I did receive 1 in that box that I mentioned, but then I don't really, oh no, I did. I ended up getting 2 blush from Cosmic Beauty because I was gifted the Tis the Season bundle where you get the eyeshadow palette and then you get 2 lipsticks and 2 cream blushes. So that is another reason why it's gone up 3, because I got 1 Beauty one and then 2 of the Cosmic Beauty one. So that's why it's gone up and hasn't gone down, because I can't finish cream blush to save my life. So that one is definitely increased 50%, which is not good. Next up, we've got cream bronzer. This one has also gone up. So I have 5 at the moment, and I did used to have 4 6 months ago and 4 a year ago. So this is one where I can't recall what's the new one. That's a shame because I have been working on my cream bronzers, and for the most part, I really like my Charlotte Tilbury, my ABH, and the ColourPop ones I really don't feel like I need more. I think if anything, I will eventually have a declutter probably in April because I didn't have one in December, and I might end up decluttering my Sosie Jackson because that's just the one that is really kind of smelling like crayon at this point, so I probably can say goodbye to it soon. Next up, we've got cream highlighter. So this one has gone up. I have 2 at the moment. I used to have 1, which was my ColourPop Super Shock highlighter. I kind of consider that a cream highlighter. I've actually, the way that I took photos though, I ended up putting that with my other highlighters, but I do technically still consider it a cream highlighter. So yeah, and then the other one is actually a depotted cream highlighter from Natasha Denona palette that I ended up depotting and then decluttering. So that one's changed a little bit, but I don't feel too bad. It's not like they're new products, they're just products that I have in my collection, and then the Natasha Denona is definitely something that I want to finish this year. Moving on, we've got eye bases. I have 2. Even though the NYX Glitter Glue I don't really consider an eye base, I kind of categorize it in this category, so they're the same 2 that I've had for a few years now, so nothing's changed there. Eye glitter, I have 6. I think they're all the same. I don't think since 6 months ago they've changed. They have changed from a year ago from 5 to 6, but that's just because I got the Gloss Gods one that came free with purchase. So that one I'm not too fussed about. eyebrow products have changed quite a lot. So in that box of products, there was a lot of eyebrow products in there. So I've gone from having one eyebrow product, which was a tiny little ABH pen, to now 5. So I got 2 pens and also 2 sort of, they're like, I have it right in front of me actually, 2 of these tinted brow things, which I've actually tried one of them. I've tried them, and the other ones, like these thin ones, I've tried them and they seem fine. So, so yeah, that one is bumped up a lot, but I actually don't think I will end up probably decluttering them. Maybe the shades that I don't need, because there's one that's a black and it's a little too dark for me. But that one's changed a lot just in the last few weeks, and not really because of me, so I don't really feel that bad about it. I didn't go out and buy them. Then we have eyeliners. So this one's gone up by 1. There was an eyeliner, or maybe 2 eyeliner. No, there was just 1 eyeliner in that bundle. So I had 17 6 months ago, and now I have 18 eyeliners. They could be like liquid liners, or pens, gel liners. I kind of just group them all together. This is one that is always going to stay really high unless I declutter, and I don't really need to declutter a lot of these because I haven't really used them and there's nothing wrong with them. So I just never need to go out and buy any, is what I'm saying basically. Moving on, we have eyeshadow palettes. So this one has changed dramatically in 6 months, and I don't quite understand it. So 6 months ago I had 69 eyeshadow palettes. A year ago from today, I had 68 eyeshadow palettes. Today, I have 77. And just bear in mind, I have not been going out and buying makeup every single month the last few months. So this has grown a lot, and it's mostly all from gifted eyeshadow palettes. Apart from like the Makeup Revolution one that I would have bought back in September, or I bought 2 icons back in September, because I got another palette in September that was a gift. I ended up getting 2 palettes for Christmas. No, sorry, 3 palettes for Christmas, and then in the C Beauty box, there were 2 eyeshadow palettes, but I did end up only keeping one of them. So this has grown like crazy, but it's not really because I've been going out and buying the eyeshadow palettes myself. So again, I don't really feel that bad about it, but I do feel bad that the number is super high. The highest I've ever had is 78, and that was back in July of 2023. So I'm pretty much there again. Yeah, I had gotten it to around 69 6 months. Yeah, it's gone up a lot. It's gone up by 8, which makes sense. 3, 6, 7. What? I can't think of what the 8th palette is. Maybe I miscounted, but I have 77. Okay. Next up, we've got face palettes. This one has also bumped up a little bit. So I have currently 14 face palettes. This could be a highlighter palette. It could be highlighter, bronzers, blush. It could be just blush palettes. I just combine them all together. Some of them are bigger than others. 6 months ago I had 12, and then a year ago I had 14. So I did end up obviously getting rid of a couple. The Belgian waffle I got rid of, and then also my Natasha Denona one. But I've ended up gaining 2. I don't know what the 2 are. I know one of them was in the C Beauty box. It's like a blush palette, which I'm going to keep just to test out. But the third one, I can't think of what it is. So, oh, I know, it's the Dior one that I got for my birthday. So yeah, that makes complete sense. I love that one, so I'm not getting rid of that. Okay, so that makes sense. This one has changed, but they were gifted. Like a lot of this stuff was just from gifted, so I don't feel that bad. I mean, everything has grown pretty much, but because I've gained just a few makeup items in the last 6 months, and I haven't actually gone and bought them. Okay, moving on, we have face powders. So I combine loose powder and pressed powder together. So this one has also grown. I have 13 at the moment, which is a huge number. Oh my goodness. So 6 months ago I had 10, and then a year ago I had 12. So it's been roughly around the same. I'm thinking I did declutter one not too long ago, but I did end up getting a lot of face palettes from WhatsUp Beauty. They sent me their, what are they called? I can't remember what they're called. They sent me their Wind Dancer ones. And they sent me the whole collection, which is really, really nice because they didn't even tell me that they were going to do that. So this one has changed a lot. I think I ended up with only 9, and then they sent me 4 of these. That one changed a lot, but again, it was because it was gifted, so it's not something that I've gone out and bought myself, so I don't feel bad about that either. Freckle pen, we just have the one. It's from Nabla. I love it, and I don't need any more at the moment. Okay, then we have some lip products. This is where it gets crazy. It gets crazy. Well, actually, yeah, there's really only one that's, no, 2. No, yeah, there's 2 that are way too high. Okay, but I have lip balms and lip oils that I combine together. In the picture, I do have them separately. So this one in total, I have 13. I did end up getting, I think it's just 1 lip oil in that C Beauty box, and then I think the YSL, no, the YSL would have been included in the last. I can't remember what the other one is, but this one has grown by 2 because 6 months ago I had 11 and now I have 13. So I don't know where, without looking at the picture, and I don't recall. I took all these pictures yesterday. I do not remember. It was like a haze. Moving on to lip liners, I have 8. They are the same 8 that I had 6 months ago. A year ago I had 4. It's just because I bought all those Essence ones. So, and it stayed the same because I haven't bought any new ones since then. Because I have, for the most part, the colors that I need. I guess what I found out today is I kind of need maybe a cool tone one and it would be nice to have more of a pinky one, I suppose, because the pinks that I do have are a little dark. Okay, lip gloss. This one has not changed. So I have 14. I had 14 6 months ago. A year ago, I had 16. Lip gloss is just not a category that I really find that much pleasure in. I don't drool over lip gloss releases, and you know, I put a little bit on today. I was just going to wear a matte lip, but I ended up putting a little bit of lip gloss on before filming. It's just not something that I wear a lot. So I'm happy that this one hasn't grown. Then we have lipstick. So this one has always been really, really high. And the highest it's ever been was 52 in June of 2022. It's crazy. Oh my gosh. I currently have 38 at the moment. 6 months ago I had 36. So I did end up getting 2 new lipsticks from Cosmic Beauty in the Tis the Season bundle. I did not include them in the picture, so you won't see them in the picture, but I forgot to do that. So had I not received that bundle this Christmas, this would have stayed at 36. So that only bumped up 2. So that's pretty cool. I think I'm also missing another one from that, the picture, because I have one in my project pan that I forgot to grab when I was taking a picture of everything. But yeah, 38 should be correct. Maybe it's 39, but it's around then. It's like almost 40, which is a bit scary. So it's getting up there because a year ago I had 30, so definitely gone up in a year. And then in 2023, I was hovering around 29, 27. So I was doing really well with lipstick, and then I've fallen down again. Okay, now we're into liquid blush. So this one is at 8. It's the same 8 that I had 6 months ago. And then a year ago, I had 2. So this one grew because I bought a lot of Essence, and then I also bought the Maybelline ones too. So I don't feel too bad about that, and it hasn't changed in 6 months. So that's fine. Moving on, we have liquid bronzer. This one is at 4, which has only gone up 1. And one of them was in the C Beauty box. I believe it's a bronzer. It's kind of like a contour bronzer. It's not really bronzy. It's definitely more very cool tone bronzery. and I haven't tried it yet. So I don't know if I'll keep it, but I used to have 3 and now I have 4. So we'll see how it goes. And then liquid highlighter is at 3. 6 months ago, it was 3. A year ago, it was 3. So this one, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about this one. No complaints. Okay, liquid lipstick. This is where it has all fallen down and why my numbers are looking so bad. Like my total numbers this year are looking so bad. Okay. It's also not really my fault either. So 6 months ago, I had 23. A year ago, I had 21. So it only grew a little bit between that period. But from 6 months ago until now, it's grown 48%. So I have 34 liquid lipsticks, and I had 23 6 months ago. There were I think about 7 liquid lipsticks in the C Beauty box that I received, which is crazy. It's a crazy amount. I haven't tried any of them, so I don't know if I'll keep any of them. I just have them in my collection now, and I will test them out and see how they go. I did also end up receiving the new liquid lipsticks from WhatsUp Beauty, so that also contributed to the fact that this grew so much. So yeah, I didn't actually go out and buy any of these. So I don't feel bad in that respect, but the numbers definitely have grown a lot. So I should have filmed this before Christmas. It would have looked so much better. Okay, moving on to mascara. So the same thing kind of happened with mascara. I actually ended up with having only 1 mascara left. Early December, I just had the 1 mascara left. And I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to need to go buy a mascara. And then I received from WhatsUp Beauty their new mascara shade. So they released a burgundy shade for the Watch Me mascara and also a brown. And they also sent me a black one. So they sent me 3 of their mascaras again. And then in the C Beauty box that I received, there's also mascara in there. So now I have 5 mascaras again. So it's actually pretty good because I didn't have to go and buy any mascara, even though I was completely out almost. So yeah, 6 months ago I had 4. I had 1 beginning of December, and then all of a sudden I have 5 again. So that's pretty cool. All right, moving on, we've got powder blush. So powder blush, I have 22. This one has grown. 6 months ago I had 16, and then a year ago I had 18. So this one has grown quite a lot. I'm just thinking powder blush. I think there's also one that I forgot to put in the photograph. So actually it might be 23 instead of 22 that I have. But I'm just trying to think of why this grew so much. I can't think of why this grew so much. I can't think for the life of me what I've received or bought that would have made this change. Oh, I know, it's the WhatsUp Beauty again. They sent me in September their Check Tear blush and bronzers. So this one grew a lot because of all of the WhatsUp Beauty blush that they sent me. So that makes sense, yeah, okay. Powder bronzer, this also grew because they also sent me some bronzers. So I currently have 11. 6 months ago, I had 8. It makes sense. They did send me 3. So that makes sense. I didn't actually buy any of this stuff. That's what I'm saying. All my numbers have changed, but I didn't buy any of this stuff. So I don't feel that bad. It's just like ruined the stats because they're all in the negative, basically. Like if they grow, then they're in the negative for me. Powder highlighter, this one has only gone up by 1, so that doesn't seem too bad. I have 12 and I had 11 6 months ago, and I had 12 a year ago, so this one I'm not concerned about. Primers, this one's gone up. Oh my gosh, I have so many primers. So primer's always been a category where I've struggled with. I think it's just a big struggle for me. I currently have 17, which is the highest it's ever been, aside from a year ago where I had 18. So 18 to 17 is the highest it's ever been. So my mission to get through all of my primers keeps failing because I keep getting new primers, which is not good. This has grown too since 6 months ago. So 6 months ago I had 15 primers. I'm trying to think what changed in those 6 months. I have no idea. I have no idea why that changed. in 6 months, because I don't think I received any. Yeah, I don't remember. Setting sprays or slash mists. This one has not changed in years because I'm not finishing the ones that I have and I barely use them. So I have 4. They're the same 4 I've had for like 2 years. Honestly, I should just declutter them. I don't use them. And then moving on to single shadows. This one always fluctuates because of all of the ColourPop palettes that I have depotted over time. So this grew really massively in 2024 when I did end up depotting a lot of those and I suddenly had 149 singles. Right now I have 159 singles. So from 6 months ago, it's grown slightly. I had 153 6 months ago, but I think it's only because I ended up depotting the California Love palette from ColourPop. And I didn't keep all the shades. So that's the only reason. So I ended up, obviously losing a palette, but I ended up gaining some singles. So that's the only thing that changed there. And then the last category that I have is water activated liner. This one is at 3 and it's the Gloss Gods one. I haven't felt the need to buy any myself. So I just have the ones that I have. They're the same ones that I've had since July of 2024 when I received them. So that one hasn't changed or shifted. Now, overall numbers are not looking good. So 6 months ago, I had 472 products in my makeup, inventory, basically, which was actually down from the 6 months prior. So a year ago, I had 475. 6 months ago, I had 472. You would think because I haven't been actively going out and buying makeup every single month, it would be looking good. But I'm in the 500s. I'm in the 500s because of what's happened in December and also the gifted items from WhatsUp Beauty. I'm not complaining, but oh my gosh, we're at 530. Maybe give or take, maybe 533 because I've missed a few, I don't know. So that's only a 12% increase, but in 6 months, it just seems like a huge, massive change. Also from a year ago, it's about 12% increase. And it's the biggest collection that I've ever had. Like, I've been tracking this since July of 2020 and tracking my total numbers since then. This is the highest number of makeup items I've ever had in 5 years. 6 years, whatever it is, 5.5 years. Yeah. And it's not because I bought these items. That's the thing. Like, I was gifted 90% of all the increases that I've had in the last 6 months. I was gifted. So I can't feel bad about that, but I do feel bad about the number. It's like 530. That's really, really high. Now, I do end up doing declutters every so often. So maybe when I might have just done a declutter my numbers when I looked at it 6 months ago. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm going to test out some of these items. Like a lot of those liquid lipsticks I haven't tried, so I'm going to test them out. It can be really iffy with liquid lipsticks. Sometimes they can be really awful. So maybe they'll be awful and I'll end up decluttering quite a lot of them. I don't really know. It was just like a mystery box, really. A bit of a risk and a gamble that I received. So I'm not going to like everything in there. So there might be items that I don't end up keeping. There was also, some shades that I received from WhatsUp Beauty for like their setting powder that is just a little too dark for me. So I'm not really sure what to do with those because I don't need all the shades. So I don't know if I can gift them at some point or anything. So I might not end up keeping everything that I have received, which is fine. So I do think these numbers will naturally fall. But also, I mean, I'm not going to lie, I probably will continue to get eyeshadow palettes in the next 6 months. So that probably won't change. That will probably keep shifting because it's a love of mine. I like to have new stuff. And there's always going to be something that I want to try. I'm still going to keep to a relatively strict low buy this year. I'm never going to say I'm going to have a no buy, but I'm definitely following more of a no buy, low buy system because I just don't want to be spending money on makeup too much. But if I can continue to gifted makeup, that's fine. And then, you know, the random time that I do buy something for myself, I just want to make sure it's something that I'm going to love. So yeah, I did end up getting a lot of things that I didn't choose to get. So that is probably what's going on here. But yeah, that is my makeup inventory for this January. And I guess we'll see what it looks like in 6 months. I don't know. How is everyone else doing with their makeup? I don't really ever have a goal, but I do think I was doing so well 6 months ago. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and let me know in the comments, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!